welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's been a while. I haven't picked my camera up for a couple of weeks now, since the whole self-isolation thing has come about. I'm just lacking motivation, if I'm honest, to vlog, and I was a bit concerned about what I was actually going to talk about and what I was going to show you. So we're giving it a go today. I have no idea what today is going to involve, so we're just going to take it as it comes. I'll show you what I eat as usual, and then what else I get up to really, which is going to be quite limited for all of us, seeing as we're stuck in the house at the moment. I might talk a little bit later on about how I'm feeling about self-isolation and the lockdown, or whatever you want to call it. But it is 9:20 now. I've got myself ready for the day, so I am gonna go downstairs and get some breakfast. Obviously, most of you already know, I've got 3 children and a husband, so the house is full of people. When I usually vlog, it isn't. It's usually just me, so it might be noisy, it might be messy, it might be difficult to talk, but we'll give it a go. So let's go get some breakfast and a coffee. Morning. You might want it warmed up. I've spent the morning phoning the opticians to try and find out where my contact lenses are, doing a bit of washing, trying to help the kids with their schoolwork, which is always a mission. So I just thought I'd come and sit down for 5 minutes and see if I can have a chat to you. Probably be interrupted about 100 times, but I just wanted to come and talk to you about how I'm dealing with and how I'm feeling about the situation that we're all in at the moment with the coronavirus and self-isolation and lockdown, or I don't know what everyone calls it, but if anybody turns around and says, this is my opinion, that they're completely okay with the situation, then they're either completely mad, or I think they're damn lazy and didn't do anything with their lives beforehand, because to most people this is pretty life-changing. So I've gone from having, I work Mondays and Tuesdays, so that's still as normal, but I've gone from having Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays at home all day on my own whilst Steve's at work and the kids are at school, going to the gym, which is a massive part of my life and a huge passion, to having a house full of people, so all the kids at home and Steve at home, not being able to do the thing that I love. And yeah, so it is a huge change, and I'd be lying if I said that I'm okay with it all and that I haven't struggled, because that isn't true. I've had days where I've literally had no motivation, I've cried, I've just felt completely lost. I feel like lost is the only way that I can describe it. I feel like I've lost part of me, of like what it is to be me, because also a lot of my fitness kind of motivation and inspiration and stuff that I post on Instagram and on here comes from going to the gym and living that kind of like gym and healthy lifestyle, and I don't feel like I'm able to fulfill that now, so that's also quite difficult to get your head around. I'm just taking each day kind of as it comes, trying desperately not to stress too much about, I feel really like vain and stupid about like mentioning this, but I'm trying not to stress about losing muscle and strength and those kind of things. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I am stressing a little bit about it. I've spent the last 2.5 years building my strength, building my muscle and my physique, and I feel like the home workouts that I'm doing on a whole are just not living up to my gym workouts. They're not going to, are they? I know people say you can do things to try and replicate them, but they're just not the same. All we can do, I know, is just try our best and do what we can do with what we've got, which I am trying. Some days are better than others, and yeah, I am trying to improvise with kind of like bits of equipment that I'm pinching off Steve's van, or that he's helping me put together to try and like make the workouts a little bit more difficult. Food wise, I seem to be like on track with that at the moment. I seem to have a massive buzz of kind of like motivation to stick to my cut that I had originally planned, and for the last couple of weeks now I've been pretty spot on with it. I did have a couple of days, or one day when it was my birthday. Was it last week, my birthday? I can't remember, I think it was. Where I didn't track, and so I probably overate a little bit, but nothing major. But other than that, I've been pretty consistent with my nutrition, which on a whole is going to help keep me mentally sane, and also obviously keep me going with my progress towards getting a bit leaner. So just to summarise on all of that, probably like all of you, I'm having days or times throughout the day where I'm totally okay and doing the best that I can do, and then other times when I'm just feeling really rubbish. And yesterday I did a leg workout at home and I wasn't really that motivated or enthusiastic to do it anyway. I don't know why, but I thought once I get into it I'll be fine. I started doing some kind of high rep stuff with some dumbbells and bands and things in the kitchen, and it just was not living up to my expectations, and I nearly had a meltdown. Steve came through and was like, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "What's the matter?" And I just like looked at the stuff that I was using and I was just like, this stuff, and my eyes filled up and I was like, just walk away now before I cry, because I just felt like I was literally about to burst into tears, because it just wasn't giving me any satisfaction. I wasn't getting any buzz from it. I didn't feel like it was working my muscles really at all. I just felt like I was wasting my time. So what I did is I went out into the garden and used some kind of like bits of building materials that I've been using, which are heavier and just give me that feeling that I'm actually working out properly. So I used a bucket with loads of like sand in it to do some deficit deadlifts, and the acro props I've been using to do squats and banded hip thrusts with the acro prop as well. What else did I do? Can't remember now, but felt much better. Felt like I was more kind of doing the training that I love, although it still wasn't quite heavy enough, but it was better than what I was doing with the lighter dumbbells and just the bands. So yeah, so I hope you're all getting on okay and managing to get through this horrible strange time that we're going through at the moment. the day that I walked back in that gym, it's only been like 2 weeks, but the day that I walked back in that gym, I literally feel like it's going to be the strangest but like the best feeling ever. I miss it so much, and I miss the heavy weights a lot, but what can we do, hey? There are worse things in life to worry about, I know, but I'm just being honest with you about how I feel about it. So my plan for the next couple of hours before lunch, it's like 10 to 12 now, I'm gonna go and try and attempt a upper body workout. I'm gonna try and put some things together before I actually start, in the hope that that might help having a bit of structure beforehand, because I tend to not really have a plan, and then when it comes to it I just try and wing it, and then that doesn't always work. So maybe if I kind of put some exercises together and plan them in advance, then maybe when it comes to actually doing it, I'll feel like it's a bit more effective. So we'll give that a go. Yeah, so I'm going to go and try and do an upper body workout. I think it's going to be more back focused, because the one that I did on Tuesday morning after my run that I went for before work was more shoulder focused. So I'm going to try and do a bit more of a back focused workout. And then I'm going to have some lunch, and then I don't know. I'm going to go for a walk at some point, go and walk Nala, get some steps in and get some fresh air. But other than that, I don't really know. So I'll see you in a bit. Hopefully I'll film some of the workout that I do, just to show you what I attempt. I have no idea what I'm doing with the bands and things, but we're gonna just do our best. today's upper body workout. Definitely was a good idea getting some equipment out ready because it was much more effective and I felt like I knew what I could do next and there was no kind of like pausing in between.
Oh, gross.
The cat's just about to throw up. Nice. Thanks for that. What was I saying? Yeah, so I just did 4 exercises back to back and repeated that for 4 sets and then changed the 4 exercises and the same again, so 4 sets. So yeah, it was pretty good. That little time lapse at the end was just as I was about to finish the workout. Megan Grubb, she started doing her live workout on Instagram and it popped up, so I thought, oh, I'll just see what she's doing and give it a little go. I lasted 5 minutes and I gave up, so that was that little random time lapse at the end. So excuse the shouting. I'm gonna go make myself some lunch now. I'm gonna have a tuna salad, I think, because I'm obsessed with tuna salads at the moment for some reason. It is now 10 to 3. I had to put the camera on charge because the battery died, so I didn't show you exactly what I had for lunch, but I ended up having a chicken tikka salad because the chicken needed using up. So that's what I had, and a strawberry protein yogurt, no change there. So I've just got the things ready to go and prep chili con carne for tea, so I'm going to go and make that now, and then I'm going to go, if I can brave it, it looks freezing outside, out for a walk I think, and try and get a bit of fresh air and some steps in. Yeah, so if I decide to go on a walk, which I probably will, I'll take you with me and show you a bit of my town scenery. See if I can find a different route to go on that I usually go on. Anyway, yeah, so let's go prep some tea. Going for a walk? Really windy. I was just going to walk across that field that you just saw me walking across, and I think I've changed my mind because there there is mud everywhere. So we're going back because I am not having another day like I had the other day where I was caked in mud up to my ankles. So abandoning this route, and we'll go along the path I think instead. So I just checked my Fitbit and I'm only at 5,000 steps today. So I'm not anal about hitting my steps exactly. Yesterday I think I only did like 8.5, but the previous 2 days I've managed to hit over 10. So I'd like to hit 10 really, so I think I am going to attempt to walk around that field, but go along the path the other way. So around the other side is like a, what is it, like a waterfall weir thing? I don't know what it's called, but it's really nice around there. So I think I'm going to walk around there and go and sit on the bench and have 5 minutes just like chilling, and then walk back. That should get me 5,000 steps I reckon. The chili con carne is in the slow cooker, so that's cooking away nicely, ready for dinner later. So I don't have to stress about going home to cook tea because that's pretty much ready. So yeah, we'll see when I get to the other side of the field. So when I was little, this would be where we would come in the summer. We used to call it the beach. It's literally just a... Nada's going to get all in the mud now. The edge of the river. But it's got like a little bit where you can get in the water. The river's quite high at the moment, so there's not much beach, but and it's a bit muddy. But in the summer, when the water is like not as high, yeah, we used to come and sit down there, get some chips from the chip shop and have some like bread and butter and have like chip butties and bring a fishing net, and I used to try and catch some fish. I've brought my kids over here a few times when they were younger in the summer, but they're a bit too old for that now. They're not really bothered. So anyway, this is not the waterfall slash weir thing that I was talking about. So, fun fact for you. She's been pestering me the whole way here thinking I had a ball in my pocket and I forgot to bring one. So we got a stick instead. You ready? I'm not very good at throwing, so go! Don't chew it up. You ready? Go! Oh dear. Nala, don't chew it up. Oh, we've got half a stick now. Look what you've done to it already. Got no chance of being able to throw this now. It's got no weight to it. Where's it gone? You've lost it. Oh, I don't know where it is, Nala. Let's go home. Come on. Oh, you found it. Good girl. Here then. Now you're going to eat it instead. Fair enough. Time to go home for tea. Excuse the state of me, I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. But does anyone else just like love their own company, like maybe a bit too much? I don't know if it's because I've spent like the last, hang on, take my headphones out because I can't hear properly. My nose is probably dripping everywhere as well because I can't cope with the wind. Yeah, so probably because for the last 14 years I've very rarely been on my own, because obviously I've had children and my eldest is nearly 14. So for those last 14 years I've had children in tow. So since they've obviously all been at school and I'm only working part-time, I think I've got used to having time on my own at home, and I love it. And so when I'm not able to have that time on my own, I really miss it. So just getting out on my own with Nala, obviously, I do offer if the kids want to come for a walk, but they're not fussed. I need to start dragging them out a little bit more often, really, because you know what teenagers and stuff are like, they get a bit lazy, don't they? But I quite like coming out on my own, not have to talk to anybody apart from the dog. And yeah, so does anyone else like probably like time on their own a little bit too much? Can you like time on your own too much? Not really, can you? Anyway, that was a random little chat, but I was just thinking about it as I was walking along, just thinking, I like being on my own. Maybe I'll move out and just live on my own. I think I'd be fine, you know. In all seriousness, I would miss them. But it does make you appreciate going through this time when you're stuck with everybody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Although I'm lucky I get to go out for, I still get to go out to work for a couple of days. But yeah, it does make you appreciate that the time that you have on your own, or had on your own previous to this isolation thing, is very, very precious, and I will not take it for granted in the future. I'm going to make sure I make the most of it when everything goes back to normal. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering now and go home and finish the dinner off. And then, I mean, what am I going to do with the rest of my evening? Not really that many options. I'll probably start editing this vlog, get going on that. Or, actually, I've got the previous vlog that I did to this one, which was the week that everything started to kick off with the coronavirus, the last week that I was at the gym, and it has my last ever, not ever, but my last leg workout in it from the gym. So I might go and edit that. So hopefully that one will be up before this one. So if you haven't already checked that one out, go and check that one out, because that leg workout was a killer. I'm probably going to cry editing it and reminiscing about the gym. But anyway, there's people coming, so I'm going. It is now 10:30. I've been sat on the sofa with my laptop in front of me for the last couple of hours, trying to finish editing the previous vlog that I mentioned that I hadn't done. It's got my last leg session at the gym in. I'm just having a few chocolate buttons that were left in the cupboard, and I've just about finished it, so I'm gonna just make the thumbnail for the front of the video, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously it was a bit different to usual because things are different at the moment. My lips are so dry at the moment from my medication. Yeah, so obviously the video was quite a bit different to, well, it wasn't that different, was it? I just didn't go to the gym. I've probably talked a bit more than before as well, because I feel like that's all I've really got to do is talk. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you can think of any other types of videos that I can do other than vlogs, or anything else you want me to include in the vlogs. Throw some ideas at me, because I want to carry on, but if I'm honest, I'm lacking kind of inspiration. I just don't know what to include. So I will leave the video here. Please do give it a like if you enjoyed. It helps me out. And I'll see you in the next one.